Welcome to episode 40. I am Danielle Amos, and this is the Prosperity Practice, the podcast that helps you live your most abundant life. So, today we're talking about my favorite topic, money, and from a completely maybe different perspective. See, I was just in a client call and I was asked by a mom, one of my clients who's incredible, by the way. She's an author, best-selling author. And she's a mom, and her kids have been hearing her talk about money in the way that we teach. You know, money is everywhere. Money actually grows on trees. Money's easy to earn. And then her son said, well, if money's everywhere, Mom, can I have an iPad? And I can relate to this because we've had the same sort of conversations here in our home. And so today I want to come on, and this isn't only for parents, this is going to help anyone that has limiting beliefs around money. And let me tell you, unless you grew up in a home, Warren Buffett's home, or maybe Oprah Winfrey's home, Richard Branson, you most likely have a money paradigm. See, money is everywhere, and yet we are programmed. Our paradigm tells us, our upbringing tells us, the media tells us, money doesn't grow on trees, money's hard to earn, the only way that you make money is if you work hard, and these things aren't true. And so today's podcast is really about helping you understand money beliefs from a millionaire's perspective. And when we talk about this, it may have you feel a little bit uncomfortable, or your mind might say, well, that's not true. And it's just because you don't have an experience of that belief being true yet. And though, if you can sit with me today, if you can relax and allow what I have to say to go right into your subconscious mind, it can make a big difference for you. So I'm going to share a few things about money and my experience with money, because what I've noticed that inherently or naturally, I always knew from the time I was a little kid, like I had this knowing that I couldn't explain, especially to my parents, but I had a knowing that I was going to be a millionaire. Like I knew that money, I didn't need to worry about money. Now, based on some events and what I took in from over the years, like later in life, because of what I've learned from people who I respected about money, some people that actually mentored me, or that I respected, they had different beliefs about money. So I noticed how I took on their beliefs later in life that were outside of what my inner being knew about the truth about money. So I share this because my parents always wanted me to save for retirement, or just save. And I'm a right now kind of person. So I love to live life now. And when I was young, was making really great money in the restaurant industry, tons of money. And I always had this belief that, I had a desire for a new handbag. And so I would just stay extra at the restaurant and earn the money to pay for the handbag and give really great service and earn really great tips. And it just felt so easy to earn. So if I needed an extra $500, that's what I would do. And it was like I always had cash because I was a server, and it just came so easy. And then I went and lived in Japan, and I was teaching English, making really great money and sending money home to pay off my student debt, which I did in like 40 grand in debt, paid off in in just a couple years by working in Japan. And in Japan, I learned something really interesting because they have currency that's 10,000 yen is about, well, back then it was about $1.40. I'm not sure what it's worth now, but it was about $1.40 Canadian. And so 10,000, they had a 10,000 yen bill. And I would use that. Oh no, so wait, 10,000 yen was about $10.40. So the yen was about, I'm getting that mixed up maybe, but that's okay. 10,000 yen, I would treat like a $10 bill. And what was interesting is that you'd go in and you'd pay for a pack of gum. And now I'm thinking that I've got the amounts totally messed up, but you know what? That's okay. The story's still relevant. It was either 100, 10,000 was 100, I think maybe. But this is what happened. I was making so much money and I used the currency, the 10,000 yen, to pay for a pack of gum at 7-Eleven. And that was the norm. Okay. We didn't have credit cards there and everything was paid cash. And everyone would carry multiple 10,000 yen bills on them at all times. And so it was a few $100s that we always had on us at all times. And I'd pay for a pack of gum with this massive bill. And so then my perception of money, I used the law of relativity for me and I didn't even know. So the 10,000 yen to pay for such a small thing was no big deal. And then I would send money home and my dad said, it's like you treat $1,000 like it's 100. And at the time he was telling me that that's a problem. Like I don't respect money. But now looking back, I know what that was doing for me. Because this is the thing, I want you to think about in both ways. So when you get a bill and it's $100, I want you to feel like you're paying 1,000 and you're easy with it. But then I also want you to view $1,000 as if it's 100. Okay, so I want you to use the law of relativity for you and your feeling. So for example, you might be out for dinner and you get the bill and it's $100. Wow, I'd highly recommend you tip the bill. At least do it once in your life. Even if it's for a coffee, you go out for a $5 coffee, tip $5 and see it as free and easy. Feel that it's free and easy. Feel that money is everywhere. Feel the abundance and notice how you're rewarded by the universe. Notice what comes back to you because you're in the feeling of abundance. And so when you pay the $100 bill, I want you to imagine that it's 1,000. And you know, when you pay $100 bill, it's like, okay, it's $100. And so you pay it and you're in gratitude for that you have the money to pay it. And you could do this with a $10 bill, for example, and make the 10 the 100. So play with it at all levels. And as you're paying it, I mean, you imagine it's 1,000 and see how free and easy it is to pay this bill. That's 1,000. And get into the energy of what that's like and how comfortable you are. So you've got to be super comfortable with these numbers in order to attract them to you. And then the other way around. So let's say you find out that you want to go on a trip and the trip is $5,000. You're like, only 5,000, and see it as if it was 500. Okay, so and feel as you're paying for it, you might find yourself a bit nervous. Instead, I want you to see that it's only 500 and it's easy. It's not a lot, quote unquote, not a lot. See, the truth is a number is just a number. It is what it is. And it's your mind that makes it big or small. Your mind that makes it big or small. And the only reason something appears big is because you're comparing it to something that appears small. And so you want to use the law of relativity and break down the money or compare it to something that is also big so that you can see that it's just a number and you can actually see it as small. So 1,000 compared to 10,000 seems small, but 1,000 compared to 100 seems big. So use the law of relativity and feel good about money because the truth is it's just a number and money's energy. And as easy as it is to attract $100 to you, you can attract 10,000 or 10 million. It's just your mind that holds you back because you see one number as big, therefore the mind sees it as hard. Okay, so really interesting and really important to play with this and how you feel and how you perceive it and the energy around the number. So back to my experience with money, and what happened with me in Japan was that I was sending money home to pay for my student loan, and I noticed that it was easy to earn, and I was just, I was never worried about money. I knew where the money was, as my mentor Bob Proctor says. And people say, well, where's the money? And the truth is, wherever it is right now, we attract it to us based on how we feel, based on how abundant we feel and free and easy we feel around money, and calm and confident and comfortable and abundant. And so I'm going to help us with some of these beliefs so that you can also feel it. But what I realized in Japan was that I came home with this idea that 1,000 felt like 100. And I didn't know how great that was at the time, but it really was. It helped me a lot. And I always had this feeling that, even though my dad would say, go save for your retirement, you need to save, my response was like, no, I don't. I'm going to be fine. I'm always going to be earning money, and I'm a millionaire. And I would say that, but I had no evidence of that truth. And now here we are earning millions. And I'd say that not to impress you, but as I look back, I find it interesting. Now, a few things happened later. And if you listen to one of the earlier podcasts, I explain where I came from in my story and how I got here to have this abundance mindset, because then there was a hiccup years later where I found myself in hundreds of thousands in debt and really scared. And found myself in the river or the stream of lack and limitation and scarcity. And now I can see why I accepted some ideas from other people that I respected that were not truth, that are not the true laws of the universe. Now, you know what? I'm not blaming those people at all. And I don't even really know specifically about how that all came about. And though I can see when that happened, and I was in fear, doubt, and worry a lot of the time, even though I knew things were going to be fine, I accepted the fear, doubt, and worry, and what was in my bank account, what is in my bank account, and that reality of what is, the minus number and not a lot of money coming in and having bills, that took me down the rabbit hole. And so this is why, and I've learned from that experience, so I don't blame anyone. That I am in control of my thoughts. And the only thing I can control is my own thoughts, my own attitudes, my thoughts, feelings, actions. And so I know I needed to learn that and have that experience so that I could then take control of my thoughts and create a universe of abundance and a life of true abundance for myself. And I needed that experience so that I could be here now and help you, because I know where you're coming from. So if you are in that feeling of worry and doubt, I want you to know that you have the power to get yourself out. You just need some guidance. So if this resonates, reach out and I can help you, because I was there. It's going to take mental discipline. It's going to take you changing your paradigm, your mental programming about money, and accepting some new money beliefs. And that's what I want to help you with today. So how this all came about was I was on a call this morning, and a really great client, amazing woman, an author, she's incredible, said, my son came and asked for this iPad. What do I do? Because he hears me repeating to myself, money's everywhere, money is energy. And then I say, well, no. And so we got on the topic of talking about kids and money. And it's so important that, yes, you're telling them that money does grow on trees, that they can do and have anything they want. Now, this might trigger some of the parents. Well, if I tell my kid he could have anything he wants, he's going to want everything. Well, it actually doesn't happen that way. It's so good that they make their list of desires. I want an iPad. I want a Apple pen, and allow them to dream. And then what I recommend, saying, yeah, you can have it all. You can have it all. Now let's manifest and attract the resources to us so that you can have that, and specifically to you. And here's the truth. My daughter started earning money at about 4. And that's not a joke. So she had the idea on Canada Day weekend to go sell popcorn in the distillery in Toronto where we lived. And she made about $80. That was her idea because she wanted to earn money. And I can't remember really. Oh, it was for her American Girl doll. She wanted an American Girl doll. And sure enough, she made the money, and we put the rest in, and she got her American Girl doll. But she was brainstorming. She used to go around the pool and ask people if she could give them a massage or apply sunscreen for $2. She was about 4 years old, and that was a little creepy, so we ended up kiboshing that idea that she had. But we told her that you earn money by giving service. So it's so important to look around in the world to see what and notice what other people need and what service you could provide. So we spent a lot of time around our condo pool when she was a kid, and she'd see people need, like, relaxing, laying down, and she thought massage. And she also saw them that they needed sunscreen. And so she decided that was a service. And then Canada Day, she noticed all the celebrations, and there were little carts down there selling fudge and all sorts of good treats. And she decided she wanted to sell caramel popcorn. So she got herself some bags from the dollar store. We went and bought her them, and she decorated them herself. And then she sold the popcorn in this little bag. And we were watching her do it really close by. But it was so incredible. And so she learned right from an early age that money is everywhere. It's just, if you provide service, you'll get paid. And in fact, the law of compensation, it states you earn money based on 3 things: the need for what you do. Number 2 is how well you do it. So the number of people you serve and how well you do what you do. And number 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. And so it's so important that you help kids build their desires and their want lists, and then start asking. I trained Elle never to ask, can I have it? It's like, how can I have this? So that she starts to think about the how. And it's in line with the fact that she can be, do, and have anything she wants. So that question is really good. And then from there, you can help them brainstorm and see, like, when they have an idea to serve, you want to make sure you say, yes, you can do that, and help them figure it out. And then when they see, like, let's say they want an iPad. So this little boy that wants an iPad, I said, well, now it's time to go see how much an iPad costs, and ask him if he wants to add on the fancy Apple Pen, and if he wants to do any upgrades. And really based on what he wants, just because he wants it. And then when you get the final bill for the iPad, say, oh, wow, it's only $500. Now let's see how we can earn this $500 for the iPad. And he might say, oh, you know what? I have got some stuffies I could sell in my room. And I know when I was 2, I loved stuffed animals. So maybe I could sell these and earn some money and give them, another child would love these stuffies. Who knows what he'll come up with, but it's a great thinking tool. He'll be using his imagination, his mental muscles, his reasoning, his thinking, his perception to think about how he could serve other people. And that's huge. So we have a great opportunity to talk to our children about money, and not only in our words, but most importantly, how we respond and react around money, how we pay for things. We were at a restaurant last night at a pub, and Eloise asked if she could upgrade her meal to have the poutine. And I'm very consciously aware of my response, because I used to be a no, not today. You don't need that. It's not about need. It's just about want. And she's here to live her best life in this physical body. She's a spiritual being just like you and I. And so I'm really conscious of my response. And I'm like, of course you can have it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's $4. $4 isn't going to make or break anything. And so when I have the opportunity to say, of course, in my response, yes, we can have it all. I say that in an energy of like gratitude, knowing that for $4 won't make a difference. It really won't. So you want to have an attitude of that. And then when you show up and you say yes, then they're watching. They're watching you. Just like how you respond with the iPad, it's only 500. Now we just, we attract it and we provide service in order to earn the money to pay for it. And so if you're always coming from that lens, they will learn from what you say, but more importantly, who you are being, what you are doing. And so you always want to act in harmony with money beliefs that are in line with the true abundance, the universal laws that money is everywhere and abundance is your birthright, and that everyone can be abundant. Everyone actually is abundant naturally. It's most likely that if you're not experiencing abundance, you're just in the stream of lack and limitation, and you're seeing how things don't work, and that's a perception issue. So you have a choice to change that way of thinking right now, and then look for evidence where money is everywhere. And you know what, when I find a dime, I pick it up and I say, thank you, universe, I am richer than what I was an hour ago, because a dime is more money. And I have to feel gratitude for the dime as if it was $10,000, because here's the thing, money's energy. If I can't be grateful for the dime, I'll never be grateful for the 10,000. And that's the truth. So look for evidence in your life where you experience that money's everywhere. Track money, unexpected money, track it as it comes in. And money saved is money earned. Money saved is money earned. I'll give you an example. I went to buy a printer for my office, and I knew what printer after doing some research that I wanted. And then my husband went off to order it from Staples or to pick it up. And he's like, that printer is actually on sale. You saved $200. And I said, I earned $200. Money saved is money earned, and money is everywhere. It really is. So some other beliefs I'd love you to experience and really live in harmony with is that money is important. Money is important. There is only so much good you can do. Like, think about volunteering for a not-for-profit or a charity with your time. Your time is limited, and money is so important. In fact, it's the most important thing in the way that it's being used, meaning the place is being used. As far as I know, you need money to pay for things like education, clothing, food, which are essential to how we live. And so to argue that money is not important is actually absurd, because nothing can take its place. The person that argues that money is not important, they are simply not aware or ignorant of the fact that money is super important. And that's okay. Ignorance just means lack of knowledge, and they just don't have the knowledge. And the only people that say that money is not important are those that don't have it. And it's usually a way of protecting themselves or being in the paradigm. And so if you're willing to let go of that idea, that's the first step in experiencing abundance, is saying that it is important, is in believing it is important. Because if you can argue that it is important, that's a worthwhile use of your time. Okay. And so notice if you say, I don't care about money, or money isn't everything, it's just because that you don't have it. So the truth is money is very important. And I bet you if you ask the people that are holding your mortgage, or that, grow your food, or where you buy your groceries, they care. They know money is important. So rather than turning a blind eye or making up a funny statement to yourself so that you feel better, it's time to embrace it and become comfortable with it so that you can have it. And here's the truth. You will only have it when you are comfortable and that you see it as important. Okay. And here's the thing. If I can do it, you can. You have the ability to attract all the money in the world that you want. So have fun with it. It's so much more fun, like a million times more fun, to live life when you have tons of money than it is to struggle. Believe me, because I've been in both. And so why not believe and trust someone that now is earning millions and try my way because it's working? Okay. And with more money, see, here's the next belief I want you to accept. Money is good. The more money you have, the more good you can do in the world. Okay. The truth is, money is not good or bad. It has no emotion and no intent. It's just a medium of exchange. So any moral or evil aspects of money, it's just in the heart of the person that's saying it. Okay. The truth is, money is just, it pulls back the veil and reveals who we truly are. I see money as a magnifier. Money is a magnifier, meaning that money magnifies what's important to you. So if you were always a giver, then you're going to give more. But we'll come back to that in a moment. See, money can be associated with so many positive things. Like, I know in order to create these villages in Africa that are sustainable, I need money because my time only goes so far when I donate time. But if I donate money, I can make a bigger impact through the Unstoppable Foundation, who supports helping villages in Africa with clean water, education, healthcare. It's 5-pillar approach. It's really amazing because it teaches the people how to create a sustainable economy as well. So, but I needed money to be able to make that impact. And so money is a really good thing because we can help so many people with more money. And it's also, money is a medium for exchange. So think about this. In order for me to invest in myself and invest in the best coaches for myself, I need money to do that. We also get to pay for all the amazing things that money can buy, like our amazing house or the car we want, the education we want for our kids, the clothing, so that we can feel, valuable and show up and make an impact in the world. All these comforts are because we spend money on them. And here's the thing. Let's talk about clothing. Do you need the clothing to feel confident? No. And I'll ask you something. If you showed up to a social event in heels and a new shirt versus your PJ bottoms and slippers, how would you feel better? Like, how would you feel more confident? And that's what money can buy. So it's just like, it's being honest with ourselves. Money's good. It allows us to do more good in the world. Money's not limited. Wealth gives you the freedom to enjoy your life now. And the truth is, too many people spend their lives waiting and waiting for the 2-week vacation, waiting to spend time with their family, waiting. Enjoy your life now. Money is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. I'm going on a rant here, I know, but stay with me because this is going to really help you. Money is your birthright. You're a spiritual being, I said, living in this human physical body. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience or being spiritual. It's the other way around. You're a spirit having a physical experience. And as far as we know, you only have one life in this body. And so as a spiritual being, you've come into this body to have this physical experience and to experience contrast, actually, and relativity. Like hot, cold, good, bad. Because in the spiritual realm, everything just is. Just is. There's no good or bad, hot or cold, big or small. And so it's by experiencing this contrast that we actually grow. And it's the growth that your spiritual being is seeking. And the truth is, you are one with all there is. That might mean infinite intelligence. That might mean God to you. That might mean the universe, but you are one with that source. And it's that experience, that understanding that you have come to understand again, to experience. And it's this oneness that you came here to realize or to remember. Again, that's the purpose of it all, is to understand your oneness with all that is, to experience it. And the truth is, as a spiritual being, you have infinite potential. You are one with source, and source is infinite. And so the truth is, we were all created with this unlimited potential. We are all worthy. You are worthy. And your birthright is to attract this abundance to you and to live the life you love. That is truth. Money's energy. The truth is, everything's energy. The chair I'm sitting on right now, the microphone I'm speaking into, is all energy. The phone I text you on, the thoughts that I think, energy. In fact, thought energy is the most potent energy there is. Money is also energy. It is an idea and a thought. And so the cost of a product, the cost of a service, is money, which is the idea or thought about the worth of that product or service. Okay, so money's energy, and money's everywhere. And because money's energy, it is everywhere, and it is unlimited. And here's the thing, when you earn your million, it doesn't take away from your neighbor earning her million. Money is energy, and it's unlimited, and it's attracted to you. It's attracted basically where it's invited, who's in harmony with it. And it stayed where it's welcome. It stays where it's welcome, where it's appreciated. And in order to attract it to you, you must be a vibrational or energetic match to it, for it, which is abundance, prosperity, limitless. That's why I was helping you explain earlier about how to feel about money, so that you feel comfortable with 1,000 and you view it as 100, so it can just come. So good. So good. Also, money is a servant and you're the master. So it's really important as you go through this that you don't reverse that equation, because lots of people have, to great detriment. Okay. You want to love people, love money to help people. A lot of people have loved money and used people, which violates the universal laws. Okay, so that will come back. It always comes back. We've got the law of cause effect, and it's a boomerang, right? I taught that on an earlier podcast. See, there's a myth that money comes as a result of luck. There's no such thing as luck. Money is an effect and always must be earned. There are no free rides. It violates the law of cause and effect. You must give to get. You must give service to get. You cannot get something for nothing. I want you to really think about this. And think about this in you know, how you operate and go through your day. You can't get without giving. Okay? Money always comes in return to service rendered. Money is a servant. Use money to help people. And money is an effect of good service. So a good question would be, how could I increase my service today? Right? Also, another thing to understand, that money is, it must circulate, meaning it's not about accumulating and just sitting in a place where, like a jar on a shelf. Circulate it. Money's only valuable and like as it's being used. So once it's being taken out of circulation, it becomes worthless. That's true. So you don't want to keep money on a jar just sitting there, or in a bank account not earning interest. You want to have it earning interest. Have money work for you. It's meant to be used. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be circulated. And if you have questions about this, if this hits you in a way, reach out. That's what I'm here to do, connect. Because the faster you can believe these truths, the more it's going to help you, the faster your life's going to change. Okay, so I want you to really think about this. Money's meant to be used, enjoyed, and circulated. And the truth is, millionaires, we know this. It's one of the reasons why I tip the bill. I spend freely, wisely, but free. I'm free. Okay, so know the difference too between money being kept in circulation and used to help people. And it does not mean that it's meant to be spent recklessly or in a foolish manner or squandered, okay? There's a world of difference between those concepts, okay? Money's a magnifier. I said that, money. So money magnifies who you truly are. It allows you to be, to do, and have more of what you already be, do, and have. And if you're a good person, you're going to become even better. You'll donate more and more and more. Your values, your priorities, and those things that are really important to you show up in two areas of your life, your checkbook and your calendar. So money's a magnifier, and you'll see what you value based on what you spend it on. Also, I want to say this, money is so easy to earn. Napoleon Hill says this, when the money starts to come in because you're a vibrational match, it's going to come in so fast, you'll wonder where it's been hiding all these lean years. It's so easy to earn. It's because of service. Money is so easy to earn. It's everywhere. You just have to really think about how you can increase your service, how you can help more and more people. Focus on being a match and know that your service does help people, and then take action on all these ideas. And it's really about how you're showing up in your day-to-day life with your kids, you know, paying the bill, tipping the bill, deciding on your desires, investing before you're ready, knowing that the money shows up. Isn't that so cool? So I'm so grateful to my client today for this question. I just love talking about this topic about money. So if this resonates, even if it like made you a little uncomfortable, that's a good thing, because it means that I'm having you get emotionally involved with an idea that's outside your current paradigm, and your current paradigm is getting you your current results. And last time I checked, you didn't want those results anymore. So reach out if this resonates, share it with other people. More people need to hear this. Please, and tag me. Tag me. Help me get this out there. This is one of the most important lessons that we can possibly talk about. Money is everywhere. So I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this community. I'm so grateful. And if you want to talk more about money, and if you're ready to earn, you know, your millions, you want to invest in our course. And actually, we've got a self-image course coming up, Prosperous You. We'll put the link in the show notes. It's absolutely free. And you will just want to invest your time and share it with others, and join us. We're going to do that course every 6 weeks, absolutely free. In the link, you just need to register and be part of our Mastering Your Mindset with Danielle group. But if you're really serious and you're ready right now, reach out, because I'll help you. That's my commitment. Turn your yearly income into your monthly. And I want you to be tripling your income in 3-4 months, just like I did. All right. Have a wonderful day. Expect abundance. And I just am so grateful for all of you.